In just her first game of rugby league, New Zealand rugby star Stacey Walker offered the NRLW competition a glimpse of what she's capable of.
This is a player at the peak of her powers, and Brayley Nati came across with the arm just below the chops, I think, and stopped Stacey. Oh, she is so good to watch. How exciting is that? We get to watch her.
Just weeks after an Olympic gold medal in rugby sevens, Walker looked right at home in a Broncos jersey, setting up a try and scoring two of her own in just her second NRLW match.
Channel for them in 2024. Final play for Brisbane. Out towards Walker. Stacey Walker, the smiling assassin, has got her first try in the NRLW.
Well, Ali Brigginshaw has done it again. She said, well, it's worked a couple of times already. We've had Shanae Sazolka go over twice, but Stacey Walker, she doesn't look that tall, but boy, has she got some leg strength.
She's going right though, and that's where Brigginshaw is. Maddock around the back, Sazolka back on the inside. Stacey Walker dives over for the Broncos, and is that the try that could claim them 2 valuable points at home?
Well, the Broncos have done it. They always stay in the grind, and they're showing confident footy, passing it around, but it's this player here in her only second game.
Well, now it is time to reveal who will be our next immortal. Just 13 players in the history of the game have been deemed worthy of immortal status. 3 of those gentlemen are here tonight. Please welcome Wally Lewis, Andrew Johns and Mal Meninga. Now to announce the 14th Immortal, please welcome to the stage the official presentation party, the Honourable Anthony Albanese and ARL Commissioner Chair Peter V'landys.
Well, it gives me enormous pleasure to announce the 14th Immortal to join Rugby League's elite. Ladies and gentlemen, the 14th Immortal is Ron Coote.
Excellent. A standing ovation, and deservedly so. Such an astonishing and richly deserved acknowledgement. Amazing for a young man who grew up just down the road from here, proudly cheering for his father who played for the Roosters.
Yep.
Is this the moment you dreamed of?
Oh, it's I'm a bit taken for words at the moment. Jesus. I never thought I'd be crying when I was 80, but I am. But yeah, to me, it's just sensational. I never thought it had happened. I've been at this function a few times, and this time I got the gong. So that's really good to me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
It's just such an amazing career. 9 grand finals, 6 premierships, 4 with Souths, 2 with the Roosters, Australian captain, and also a legacy that you've left that will linger much longer after we've sadly lost you, because you've made our great game that much better with the family of league, helping people most in need who love the great game of rugby league. When you look back at this incredible life you've had in the game, what are you most proud of?
Well, I suppose I'd have to say my family. I've got a wonderful family, and I've always put them first, and then I've been lucky that in business and stuff like that I've done. I've always worked hard, but I've always had a lot of luck with it. So that's been good too. And you know, like I said, I really appreciate everything what rugby league has done for me. I can go back to the days when I used to play junior league and South juniors, and they were always supportive to us. You know, when I was a kid, I remember they took me to New Zealand. We had a tour to New Zealand as a 12-year-old I was, and they took us over there, and we played 2 or 3 games over there, and it was I thought, this is games for me, this rugby league's for me, and it has been. I've had a great life, and I put that down to the opportunity I've been given through playing the game of rugby league, which I certainly admire today and see the great game it is and how it's improved, and I think it's the greatest game in the world, and I watch the TV at all hours now because I can't not watch it because it's so good, and so that's my story, and I'd just like to say thank you to everyone here tonight for the applause and all that sort of stuff, and say that keep following rugby league, because I'm sure that you'll get a lot of pleasure and satisfaction from a great game. Thank you.
Well, Ron, this is your night, and you're one of the greatest gentlemen that we've ever been lucky enough to know. Your beautiful wife is here, your best mate, Bobby McCarthy, he's here as well. But we have a very special presentation to make to our new 14th Immortal. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Ray Hadley.
Thanks, Ronnie. In 2008, I emceed the Team of the Century Awards, and among the greatest players of the game from 1908 to 2008, Ron Coote was the recipient. And they were given a framed jumper with their playing careers on the jumper. I'd been a fan as a young bloke of Ron as a rugby league player. Then when he and Jimmy Hall and Max Brown got together in 2002 to start the Men of League to become the Family of League, there was an online auction. So when I got home from the function, I went online and I bought Ron's jumper. And for the next 10 years, it hung in my home. Then, of course, those catastrophic fires on the south coast struck, and Ron's family was devastated. He lost everything. So when I moved, I rang a mate of mine who was a McDonald's proprietor and said, "How often do you see Coote?" He said, "Oh, not all that often, but I see his son-in-law." I said, "I want you to give him a framed memento of what he received in 2008. Then COVID struck, and we couldn't get it to him. And then my mate Mark Alford rang me again the other day. He said, "I've still got this jumper at my place." He said, "Is Ron a chance of being the next Immortal?" I said, "Well, he's a very good chance, I would think. I don't know. Ring Peter V'landys." So we did. He then got it in the car tonight and brought it down with me. And behind me here are 2 of the greatest men of rugby league, Mel Meninga and Wally Lewis and Ronnie Coote, this is your jumper. It'll need a ute to get it home. Well done, Ron. Thanks, Ron.
Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Ron Coote, our 14th Immortal. Ron Coote is a legend of our game, now elevated into Rugby League immortality.
Sadler. And supporting Coote. Coote going for the line. He should be over, and Coote is over.
Coote takes a return pass, and he's over for one of the best tries of the series.
A long pass out to Coote, who half volleys and he's given the defence to slip. Good running by Coote.
Ron, sitting here surrounded by all these very precious memories of how the game used to be played about 100 years ago, the one thing that hasn't changed is the respect that you were one of the greatest ever to pull on a rugby league boot. Have you had the most extraordinary life in the game?
Well, I'm very, very happy and proud of what I've done, Vonnie. It's been a great experience, and I've really enjoyed what rugby league has done for me, you know.
You perfected the cover tackle. Everyone loves that. And despite your height, you still went low on the legs. Was that, who taught you how to do that? Was that your dad? Is that the earliest memories you had with Jack?
No, he taught me how to run with the ball and sidestep and all that sort of stuff. But the tackling thing and all that was, I copied Johnny Raper, really. Because he started the cover tackling, and then, you know, all the other players, all the other lock forwards in the competition used to try and do the same thing.
Brilliant young Rabbitoh, you go on to help what Souths call this very special golden era. 5 grand finals, 4 premierships in between 67 and 71. When do you really felt like you were owning your place in the game?
Never. You're always thinking you got to. I always think I had to play better. And looked at better ways to play the game, and with things I could do better than I did what I'd done. And I try to be a perfectionist, you know, in most of the things I've done, you know, in the game.
He's still regarded as one of the most controversial transfers. Did you realise the impact and the ripple effect that it would have in the game?
No, I didn't. You know, I just thought it was, I'm just moving camp. There'll be some sort of a kerfuffle for it, but not that much. But then there was, and I thought, geez, I don't know.
So by 74, the great Jack Gibson, he's back at the Roosters.
Yeah.
And he has this beautiful quote about you. In his time, he couldn't think of any forward a coach or player would rather be out there with. That's such beautiful praise. And I know that you don't like to bask in your own glory, but if you take stock and think about how you're respected and seen in the game by the greatest ever, how does it make you feel? Oh,
very good, very good. I mean, he was a great mate of mine, Jack, and we were good friends, so really. And he was probably the best coach I think I would say he's the best coach I've had.
Did you feel like you were on the cutting edge of the game at that point? You were part of that new revolution of pushing it forward?
I think that 74, 75 East team was spot on.
Sitting here surrounded by all these beautiful memories of the game, how do you want to be remembered?
Oh, I'm happy with have a few photos around the walls with everyone and be thought of as a good player, someone who cared for other people, and someone who helped the game as much as he could.